So I've been looking to find a decent speaker bracket for these quads. These are a decent quality speaker, even though they're only about 9 inches tall. These still weigh about 9 kilos. Really decent, high quality, small speaker. You can buy wire them. And what I wanted to do was have it so that I didn't, most of the speaker wall brackets either clamp at the bottom and look really ugly, or if they're rear mounted, so as you can see you've got 3 rear mounting lug holes there. The problem is the majority of wall brackets are plastic and they can't hold the weight, and the last thing I want is a 9 kilo speaker coming off the wall because the bracket has failed and smacking me on the head. So I've spent a lot of time looking and researching and trying to find the right brackets, and I think I've finally found some on Amazon. So I'm trying to think what I paid now. I think they're around the £20 mark, but they're rated to 15 kilos and they're made of metal. So much better than most that I've seen, and they are fully articulated, which is going to help you adjust your angle. So there are drawbacks to it. These are not perfect by any means, but they're the best I've found. So I'm going to take you through what the brackets are, or the pros and the cons basically. So I guess I'll crack on. So I guess I'll start with the bad. When these came, they've not been, basically there's quite a few rub marks. You can see that the paint is a little bit chipped. They come in black and in white, and I thought, because it's a small speaker, I want it looking quite discreet on the wall. I didn't want big bottom mounted speaker brackets or clamp ones, where these will mount directly on the back, and from the front they will look very discreet. So once that's up on the wall, you basically aren't going to see the bracket. It's going to be hidden away. So that was the plan, to get something that was discreet and sturdy because of the weight. The problem is the paint is relatively chipped, but the reality is it's going to be behind. We're not really going to see it. The other thing which is really bad is, so you can see you've got this retaining cable. So for example, if the bracket ever failed, the idea is that basically keeps the wall mount bit attached to the back of the speaker bit. So if that section fails, you've got this cable to retain it so it doesn't fall straight to the floor. The problem is that comes through the bloody hole. So I'm not entirely sure. I guess if there's a catastrophic failure, it would pull tight, but I don't like the fact that that could come through. So I'm not massively impressed with that as a design element. However, I had these which I bought before for another thing, which these are basically stainless steel little couplings, and you've got a screw end, and you can basically screw these together and you can make a loop. So I bought them in a pack of 10. You can end to end them as well, daisy chain them. So I thought maybe I can use this instead. So I'm going to basically put that through the safety loophole. Excuse the washing machine, the tumble drum making the noise. I'm going to put that through the retaining safety holes. That will screw on there. So if there's a catastrophic failure, I've got an actual stainless steel loop which should stop it from clunking me on the head. So I did buy that separately, but I guess if that's the only two bad things, I think we're nearly there. So basically we've got the fact that it came with chips, which isn't brilliant, and the retaining strap isn't brilliant. There is one other little thing which I guess isn't the fault of the manufacturer, because they don't know what speakers you're going to come with. So it does come with all a big bag of attachments. So you've got all the screws that you need to attach the main bracket to the wall, and then also it comes with these little wing nuts, which, so basically you can loosen all these to assist you to get whichever angle you want. I'll show you that more in a moment. These with some washers will then go in to these little retaining nuts. The problem is these do not fit. So luckily I've got my own little retaining bolts and washers so that I will be able to mount those in myself. So I've got ones that are at least the right size, and again it'll be mounted on both sides, and at least that way it will go on neatly and hold strong. So I always have to use an Allen key for that. I won't be able to thumb screw that up. And you can see there's a difference in size there of the thread size. So I've had to cut and shorten these as well. So it's not a nice, easy, simple bolt-on option, but I guess that's because all speakers are different. So that is something I have had to take into consideration. What is good, what's really good, is the fact these are made of metal. Most are plastic, and then you can see you've got this section at the back mounts onto the wall, so you've got plenty of options there for movement. And once that's on the wall, what is really nice is you've got a lot of leeway with how you angle it. So you can move the back angle however you want, tighten up the screws. You can do exactly the same on the front bracket, and then you've got the wing nut which you can loosen, and then you can completely change the angle you want. So if that is bolted to the wall, you can angle your speaker at whatever you want. I'm going to mount these high, so I'm going to want these dropped down at, say, that angle. Tighten it up, and then I'm also going to want them angled into the room away from the corners slightly, so I can then rotate it that way, whichever way I want. And then you can rotate the back and the front to get whichever angle you want into the room, and then you tighten up these screws as well, and that way you can actually angle the speaker to wherever you want within the room, with a combination of that loosening, these two retightening, and then you've got your wing nut there. And as you can see, it's got teeth, so once that's locked in place, that is not moving. So obviously then I need to make sure I've got my little safety cable on there. Excuse the dryer again, it's the only place I can do my video. But yeah, I think I was quite impressed with these. Most do look terrible and are plastic. If you've got lightweight speakers, you're probably going to be all right, but these are not lightweight. These are a serious bit of kit, so you do not want that on your head. So it's by a company called Drall Instruments, black, white and silver, and the paperwork says they will hold up to 15 kilos. I weighed these earlier, they're about 9 kilos, so yeah, these should be safe from clonking me on the head. But I just thought I'd give you a quick video because I've been looking for something like this for quite a long time, a set of decent high quality metal speaker brackets that are discreet. You can get metal speaker brackets that will clamp from the bottom or the side clamped, or you have to screw them in, and I don't want to ruin the finish because these are going to be up high. I don't want the bottom of these speakers ruined, so by going into the original holes at the back, I don't damage the speaker, so I keep the original integrity of the speaker. It looks discreet because it's hidden away completely, and it's decent and strong. So yeah, going to pop these up on the wall, but I just thought I'd show these because looking in the different forums and online, there are very, very few speaker brackets that will fit these. So these are a Quad-Lite. I think some of them only came with a single hole, which is a bit odd, but these come with 3 mounting points. But beautiful speaker. And this seems like the most sensible option for a discreet speaker mount. So that's by Drall Instruments, and I bought those on Amazon. I think it was about 20 quid, but for safety I would invest in what did I pay for these? I can find out. I'll put the link to both the speaker brackets and these extra retaining cables in the video description, so if you want to buy it you can do. But yeah, I think they're the best that I could find. So yeah, if you've been looking for something for your Quad-Lites or any heavy sort of up to 15 kilo speakers, these might be the best bet for you. So I hope that's been useful for you, and if you've got any comments, anything you want to say, that's great. Please pop it in the comments, and otherwise please like and subscribe. Take care, see you next time. Okay, so that's the speaker brackets now up on the wall. Still need to actually wire them up, but as you can see, when you're back here, it's very discreet. That cable will tuck in to the picture rail, so that won't be seen. But yeah, from the bottom, you cannot see the speaker bracket. You can see it from the side, but as it's white, it blends in, so it's relatively discreet. And then you can see I've looped through the safety cables, and the articulation on the back plate, the front plate, and the centre has meant that I've been able to get them angled into the room slightly and down slightly, so they're focusing at the point that I want. But yeah, pretty good, and they are very solid. That doesn't move up or down, left or right. That is solid now. It's all been all the grub screws have been tightened up. So yeah, very impressed with that. I think they're a worthwhile investment over the plastic ones. So hopefully that's been a useful video. If it's been useful, please do subscribe, and a thumbs up would be very, very helpful. And I've put links in the description for both the brackets and for the retaining safety cables, which they're not included, and they're for something else, but it just makes sense to me that to give yourself a bit of extra protection, because you don't want something clunking you on the head. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.